Nate Burleson stopping by the program. We'll tell him you say hi, Will, if you're not part of that interview. We've got Nick Sirianni, the head coach of the Eagles, hanging out. And so crazy, this is like maybe the craziest stat on our show history. We've never had Rob Gronkowski on the program. He's joining us today.
All right, Gronk.
Wow, really? Today's your first time? Didn't even realize that.
Yeah.
All I know is I've been enjoying having D-Hall on, and I feel like I'm discovering more and more about him. I want to go to a Slipknot concert with him and see Godsmack. That's what I want to do. If we can arrange this,
No doubt.
and do a little people surfing, D-Hall, let's do this, huh? What do you think?
I can make some calls.
There we go. I know you
don't
can.
I don't know about the people surfing. I've never done that before.
People surfing. you mosh? You do that at all?
I've never done that either.
Okay.
People surfing.
Oh,
That's awesome.
Well, there we go. Yes, let's do it. I love it, D-Hall. Been great having you this past week. All right, we do have some headlines for you, and our top headline comes from Indianapolis, where the Colts actually got some good news, as on Thursday, they were able to activate off of the reserve COVID-19 list, among others, Carson Wentz, Ryan Kelly, and Zach Pascal, as they get ready to face the Seahawks. A little over a week, head coach Frank Reich saying on Thursday that Wentz took the majority of the first-team reps at practice, as he's also working his way back from the foot injury, right, calling it a setback to not have Wentz out there this week. But the plan is still for him to start week 1, assuming, of course, all goes well next week.
He's been working hard at it, and Jacob has had a lot of reps, so we feel like we're good. But really what it would take would be for, we'll come out here Monday and have a little bit of work, and, that's got to check that box. And then, if we're feeling good at that point, then it would be full go on Wednesday. And then, all the strings would be off and see how he responds to that and then go from there.
All right, in Chicago, despite people like our man KB, who's itching to see Justin Fields under center for the Bears, head coach Matt Nagy has reiterated the plan to have Andy Dalton as the starting quarterback when they open the season against the Rams. GM Ryan Pace on the same page as Nagy, but says it's no knock against Fields.
I just feel like we're just in a good position with Andy. It starts with how we feel about Andy, and we're very confident in him and where he's at. So there's no need for us to rush Justin. It's more about Andy right now. We're excited about Justin. I'm more excited than anybody, but we're just going to let this thing play out.
A tough spot for Andy Dalton, to be sure, who said this is his time, but the key here is to not overcook those brownies. 25 to 30 minutes. Other than that, you could be in some trouble. Get that toothpick. Make sure that when you dip it, there's not a lot of thick batter there. So you want to make sure that the Bears get this right, okay? Right? They just have to get it right.
You do, but, if you're going to go one way or the other, you want to take the brownies out earlier. Like a little gooier brownie never hurt nobody, is all I'm saying. So,
I like eating the batter with a spoon.
Me too. So
Don't even put it in.
If there's still a little something on that toothpick.
Fine.
So maybe that's the key here that Nagy and Pace need to be thinking about. Like, take the brownies out a little earlier than maybe you were expecting. Just a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
A little bit.
I'm officially hungry. This is an
That's
insane
a great one,
show.
though. We got to run with this brownie thing. I like it.
I don't know where it came from.
I love it.
I just,
I like licking the thing on the zzz, it can't be early enough,
I
right?
could have made a D'Angelo Hall
The whole
joke there,
thing.
will not make.
Yeah.
The Chiefs.
Yeah, Will.
The Chiefs are 9
Yes. So you
Oh,
did
man,
there.
Fridays on this show are something else.
Speaking
And
of
Fridays
Chiefs.
for a 3-day weekend, one that we're working with on. Speaking of Chiefs, let's talk about Kansas City as they are 9 days away. I'm trying to make my Super Bowl picks. So these two star pupils over here, frickin' frack, sent in their picks. I did not, because I can't decide who's winning the Super Bowl. Is it the Browns or is it the Kansas City Chiefs? Come at me, Bills fan. I really like these two squads, and they get to face each other week 1. Everyone's excited, but no one more excited than one particular fan rooting very specifically for the man who loves cheeseburgers that they call Big Red. Everyone loves an Eric Stone Street. He is a fervent fan. He is what we love about football. He loves it just as much as we do, and the Chiefs are always putting out content. I met a bunch of those interns and people pumping it out, and they are so awesome and so passionate. I just want to talk celebrity fans here. Which celebrity fan would you like to see on your favorite team's sideline this season, or their favorite teams, rather?
Wasn't one of us walking on Stone Street yesterday? What do you got? I'm sorry, I got distracted. What do you got, D'Angelo?
So look, when I was in Atlanta, I didn't even know Samuel L. Jackson was a Falcons fan.
Okay.
And so when I was there for inside training camp, they had a little promo going with Samuel L. up on the jumbotron, and I'm like, dude, I'm a little offended. That he didn't come and
all
check
those years.
Yeah. Those 4 lonely years I had down there in Atlanta. But just think about Samuel L. Jackson. Oh, y'all ready for some football? I mean, just watching him on that jumbotron. Imagine the energy he would bring to your sideline. He might get you in trouble a little bit, but you see that right there flexing on him. He got them boys hype. And so I would love to see Samuel L. on the sidelines when I was out there playing. Or just in general, man, engaging with the players. I mean,
would you go talk to him?
Classic team. Oh, absolutely. Even when I was playing with a jersey on.
Yeah, you'd go right up to him.
Want to meet that guy? Sure.
It's a weird thing with Samuel because he's so awesome and so high energy, but you do want him to say that word, but he can't say that word. He has a word that he basically has made his word, but he has to keep it clean, right?
You gotta keep it clean. You better keep it clean.
But I want him to say that word. I wanted Skinner to play Freebird. All right. I got one. You guys know Scott Thompson?
No.
I don't either.
He's star of the film Chairman of the Board, Las Vegas royalty. Show him Scott Thompson. This is the guy I want showing up at the Raiders game. If we're going to do the Vegas thing, do the damn Vegas thing, all right? Like, you can't half do Vegas. This guy still headlines at the Luxor. Look at the tricep on Scott Thompson.
They put in, like, clown music.
They did? As if Scott Thompson needs enough of that. I just like at one point, Carrot Top's like, enough with your dumb jokes about my prop comedy. I'm gonna get jacked as hell. And he still is. He looks like Ryan Pace, the Bears GM. I want all those guys. I feel like last year without the fans and everything in the stadium, we didn't get to do the Wayne Newton thing and the Britney thing maybe, but you can't have Vegas without Scott Thompson. I keep calling him by his name.
He keeps coming up in this show. You make sure of it. Just once every while in the rotation, it's like, oh, an alarm rings, and you're like, time to bring up Carrot Top today.
You know what I do too, Adams? I tell the segment producers, I'm like, give me some Carrot Top pictures and like pick the strangest ones you can find.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of them. Like pick ones that are gonna be like make us be like, whoa, Carrot Top, and they always do.
Yeah. I'm watching that. The Shop was on HBO, and Keegan-Michael Key is on there, and he's talking, and he's great. It's him and Sudeikis, and it's Carmelo, and they're talking with LeBron and the gang. And I know Keegan-Michael Key loves those Lions, and I feel like everyone kind of is waiting and seeing. I want to see Keegan-Michael Key 10 toes down at those Lions games on the sidelines from day one and saying, you know what, I'm in on this, coach. I know he's biting kneecaps and whatever else. I want to see one of my favorite comedians, a good thespian too, Keegan-Michael Key at the Lions game.
No Kelly Pickler on the Panthers sideline?
You know, I could change my answer. Enough with the Carrot Top. Kelly Pickler, the beautiful, wonderful, talented songstress.
If she's not doing the Super Bowl halftime show, she should definitely be on that Panther sideline week in, week out. Who's your favorite celebrity fan that you've seen working the sidelines?
Oh, M. Night Shyamalan at the Super Bowl.
I remember that. You and Nate were like,
I couldn't, I'm like, is that really him? I was like, wanted to touch him.
No, there was somebody else that weekend that you were even more excited about. It's a former host of Family Feud named Louis Anderson.
That was Minnesota.
Was it? It was,
yeah. I saw Louis Anderson, and it was like, it was amazing.
Yeah. Bradley Cooper's, everyone was fawning over him. You're like, Louis!
Hi.
The only I wasn't there for that. The only time I've really seen Triggs starstruck is Mike Myers.
Oh yeah,
like,
that was at the premiere for Bohemian Rhapsody.
But I thought you were joking. But then I was like, oh no, he's serious.
Yeah, Mike Myers is in the Bohemian Rhapsody movie. We got to go to the premiere in London, and Myers shows up, and like it was incredible.
It was a religious experience for me.
I was calling him Michael Myers. It meant nothing. I was like, I'm not so nice to meet you. Sorry. Literally that. Literally that. So I married an axe murderer. I made the connection. It was in my head. Whatever. More Good Morning Football right here. Which celebrity fans did we